We are live. Let's go.
All right.
You are now tuning in to TNJ Radio Show. Oh man, my name is Laraun J.
I'm Batman. Nah, Sir William A. Thomas.
Let's get it. And this is the TNJ Radio Show, and we definitely got something in store for you today, man. But before we get into that, I gotta represent, man. I'm in South Georgia, but I gotta represent Pittsburgh right here. You see that? See that fresh hat? See that?
Man. That's nice there.
Am I fresh? Yeah. You know what I'm saying. Down with the underground. This topic is gonna be great, man. We're gonna get to the dumb stuff early.
Got a lot to go into today. But
yes.
You know, real quick, man. I always gotta get something off my chest. I'm one of them quiet dudes that always mad.
Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad.
All right, man. Quick shout out to B More. Give B More some props. Anyone here from B More? So I'm over in Baltimore, and I pull up to the red light. These kids, you know how you got the kids with the water bottles that ask you want to buy them? They ain't have no water bottles. My man said I'd wash your windows, but I don't got a squeegee or a water bottle, but you can just give me the money. I was like, hold on. And then I hit the gas.
That sounds like a stick up. That's what that sounds like. Man. I don't know. Yeah, so what we talking about today? We're going to get to the dumb stuff early. And before we get into that, if you're on YouTube, definitely hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit that notification when you on. Also, if you want to chime in, definitely go into the description box and click on that so we can, talk to you a little bit. All right, so what's the topics today?
There's a lot going on in the world right now. You know, unfortunately, we lost a great one, man. We lost Paul Mooney. You heard about that?
Man, honestly, man, that is my favorite comedian. I mean, he's a little sweet, but that was my favorite comedian right there, man. So it's really RIP to the Mooney family.
Really? What you like about him?
What I like about him? Man, that dude was dope. I mean, people say he was racist, but hey, man, his stuff was funny. Let me tell you, man. But he was dope, man. I remember watching Richard Pryor. They had that little roast, and they had all the heavy hitters on there, man. So I definitely, man, I'm gonna have to go watch some YouTube clips with him, man. Oh, he was funny on Dave Chappelle too.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I forgot about that. I have to watch Dave Chappelle too, man.
Yeah, that was a great run there.
Yeah.
Especially, everybody remember Rick James, of course, being a star.
Oh, absolutely. Man, what else we talking about today?
Lot going on. You heard about Naomi Campbell, right?
No, I ain't hear that. I ain't up to speed.
All right, well, we going to get to that. A little bit about Joe Budden. And a really important part. I don't know what to say about this. You think cheaters? We'll get into that, but cheaters, you think they should be forgiven? So we'll get into that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but Naomi, man, she just had a baby, I believe, yesterday. So congratulations to her.
How old ain't she? Like 50 something?
50 years old. I think 50. She's 20 years pre-Sarah age.
Seemed like a lot of these independent women having these kids at a later age. I mean, she in a relationship or what?
I don't know. I mean, this kind of surprised the world. Nowadays with science and technology, you can have a baby and not get pregnant, right?
Hey, I mean, you said Sarah did it, right? Was it Sarah?
I think she was 70 years old. But do you think this was a naturally born baby?
I don't know how to look into it, man. But back to Sarah. Who was the side chick on with Sarah, and Abraham? There was a side chick, wasn't it?
Hagar.
Hagar. Oh man, Hagar was a side chick. She was the what would you call it now?
Well,
she's trying to get the bag.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a way to get in on the wealth, share the wealth.
She needed her coins, huh? She needed her coins.
Yeah,
man. So let's touch on this topic though. The Joe Budden, man. Joe Budden.
Well,
pump it up.
Well, that's a big one there. Joe Budden. He recently fired Rory and Ma on the podcast, right? What you think about that?
Man, let me get to that stuff, man. I have a lot to say about that. Joe Budden. I mean, obviously, I've been following him since high school. He was didn't have a father. Raised with a single mother, and apparently he had a drug problem when he was in high school. He was taking angel dust and all that good stuff. So personally, from what I saw, he always had bad relationships, even with family and business and different things like that. Every business entity he had, he severed with his mouth, And one thing I'll say, the reason why people get agents and lawyers and different things like that, because that person is not trying to be the angry person. He gotta be like the stand-up person. Like if you see somebody in the NFL, they need an angry person to get the deals done. But one thing I don't like about Joe is because he's trying to be that angry person. Now we saw that with Jay-Z. Jay-Z was always the cool, collected one. In order for him to get those deals, before Def Jam, after Def Jam, he needed a Dame Dash. But he basically canceled Dame Dash, and Dame Dash now he can't get any work. But he said he got all this money. But anyway, I digress.
Oh yeah.
As far as Joe, go ahead.
Was he hustling like documentaries and stuff like that?
You want to call that? I don't know, but I mean, I saw his crib. His crib was on Instagram. It was crazy.
Really?
He still got a little money. Yeah, he still got a little money. But back to Joe, man. I just think in that situation, he wanted to be the deal, man. I knew somebody who tried to. They were supposed to partner with this other woman. She was already established. She started a little bit before them, but the way she recruited, she was like, "Hey, you can own half of my company, right?" So the person's all excited. They're coming in. They're doing all this work, and they're trying to change everything. And one thing that happened was everything was dismissed. Like, oh yeah, let's cut the money. No, we're not going to do that. So what I think was with Joe, I said Fat Joe, but with Joe, he wanted to be the deal, and he ain't never have any money. But this is the first time he's seeing those M's, that money's, like my man say, right? So he won all the money at this point. Now, when it comes to Maul and what's the other guy? Rory, they were friends. So when it came into the podcast, I think Rory came in on like maybe episode 20, and it wasn't popping, right? So they came in on some friend stuff, like we friends. So I would love to answer this question in the thing, in the description. Can you do business with friends? Because this was, so they were friends, and they were, and Joe was giving them money. He was hooking up his friends. And I think Maul, he came in later on about episode 79, and they still wasn't popping, but they just had great chemistry. You know what I mean?
So I just want to make sure I follow the timeline right. So the show started after Love and Hip Hop, right? Or was it? Not
necessarily. Well, he left it once he had that deal with P. Diddy. So in 2018, he ended up getting a deal. Well, first off, in 2017, he was on Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics for a year, right? And so after that happened, he actually went a deal with Puffy. So that's when now Spotify at the time, as you can remember, they was just in the music scene, in the music streaming. right? However, they were trying to get some of that Apple money because Apple had everything on lock when it comes to podcasts. And so Joe was had one of the most successful podcasts on Spotify, and he wanted some money. That's what he wanted. So that's what all comes out. But what I do know is what happened between those three is they start seeing some extra money, and they wanted to audit for a while. And Joe was snapping. You ever notice when you trying to question somebody who's doing something wrong? And I'm not saying Joe did something wrong allegedly, but when you're trying to do business with somebody, and you question them, and they just flip out on you.
Yeah. When you ask anything about the money, like what you mean? Why you asking about the money? Mind your business, or whatever it would be. They get defensive. So happens all the time. Now, were Rory or Mal involved? I know they came on the podcast later, but were either of them involved behind the scenes?
No, and that was the biggest problem because they didn't know the books. So, see, in my opinion, they were thinking like employees. Even when they stopped taking that Spotify deal, because the contract ran out, I believe, and so Rory and Ma was like, because they were having financial difficulties, and they were like, "You could take my salary, we don't need it." But meanwhile, they didn't know how much it ran to run that podcast, and that was the issue.
Okay, and let me I see we have Rav Marloco in the chat. Let me bring him on because I want to actually ask him something about that. How you doing, Marloco?
Hey, I'm doing fine, fellas.
Yo, looking clean.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I had sorry I'm a little late here. I had to mess with my AC, man.
Oh, okay.
That's all good.
Had a little malfunction. Had to go out there and rev it up a little bit.
Well,
Hold on, man. It's May, man. It's probably snowing in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, no, actually the weather's nice right now. I'm quite surprised. I'm riding my motorcycle tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh man, motorcycle season. So,
hell yeah.
So
I'll get messed up on one. For the record, I'll get messed up on one. I don't know if I can ride that stuff, but go ahead. Proceed.
Yeah, but we talking.
I'll be on the back like a girl holding on to you, like
hold me tight.
You know.
Yeah, but what we talking about is you heard the stuff about Joe Budden, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
a little bit.
So they got started. Joe had the podcast, and what Laraun was talking about was how when you come in later, sometimes you may not know what's. They were thinking like employees, and they never established everything on the business part. But what do you think about that?
Wait a minute. Who is Joe Budden beefing with?
The world.
Is he beefing? Oh.
All right,
go ahead.
Real quick though, let's play that little clip because the reason why everything blew up is because he fired Rory on his podcast live. So let's play that clip real quick.
Okay. So, all right, we'll watch this real quick.
Choices and options. He feels like he's entitled to more. Rory, you are in breach of your contract, and from this point forward, you are fired, and you're not welcome back. Does anybody in here have a problem that I'm the person that has to say that?
No.
Maul, I'm the person that has to say that. The gall of you to think that you are observing the way that I am, to think that I have to come to you about a problem I have with another man. We have things sorely mistaken around here. That's not ego and arrogance. It's realism. He still feels like he has.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So let me tell you something, man. I love y'all, but we're going to have to get a fair one on that one. We're going to have furniture movement. If you embarrass me on TV, I have to take that L.
Hold on, was my man over there? He was talking. This is like, I don't know what to call this, whether like fifth dimension talking. It wasn't third or fourth person. He was talking to the empty space.
Yeah, where they were sitting.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of shady, man. He didn't have to do that.
The crazy thing is, the crazy thing is that's they're so-called best friends. Isn't that crazy?
That business getting away that friendship, man. He shouldn't have done that online though. Not to his best friend. He shouldn't have did that online though. That had to be boiling. That had to be something that was just steaming up anyway. And he just had enough and just said, "Screw it! I'm just gonna let it all loose online." I'll be embarrassed, man. He showed a little bit more respect, unless that respect is gone. So it looked like that respect is gone. So,
I mean, have you ever talked to someone about the money, or they might have been handling something, and all of a sudden, they get kind of offended or offensive?
Yeah, that's retarded. Like when it comes to money, you can't get offended, man. This is about business. Even Nino Brown in New Jack City taught you that. He killed his own homeboy about the business. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, people, if you get offended by me asking questions about the business, then you ain't a businessman.
Right.
Right.
You mess with somebody's money, man. You messing with their livelihood. That's their life. Money is people's lives, man. Without that money, it's like they can't exist.
That's right.
Person mess with my money, man, we might have some problems, man. But they should already know what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got a drug dealer mentality, man.
What you need in life: money, power, and respect.
People take that serious, man. That's part of their manhood. Messing with somebody's money.
Yeah.
Look what's happening out here in these streets, man. Look at the cartels. They'll cut your head off, man, for taking $1,000. And they make it millions and billions.
Sometimes they'll cut a finger off or something, leave you alive, but you missing fingers. Yeah, right. But it ain't worth it. But people are always gonna try. When it comes to big money, people are gonna try to get you in some way, man. They're gonna try to skim the top. You know what I mean? Once they catch you, shit.
So Marlon, can you hang out a little bit? We're gonna take a few.
Go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead. Let me know.
Yes. Oh, there he is. The Swanee.
Fellas, what's happening?
Oh man, it's all good out here. Yes, man. What you think about that topic, man? We talking about?
Man, first of all, hey, who is Joe Budden talking to? Right? There wasn't nobody there. Listen, I don't know if he took a couple lines before he got on the podcast or not. But he was screaming himself. At nobody.
He was feeling himself, man. He felt like he was the boss man. When you the boss man, man, you feel like you the boss.
Had a little coke on his lip
to show up.
Yeah, there was. I seen some kind of speck right beneath his nose or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So what you think about that, Swanee? First off, you think people who are friends can do business together, and how should they do that?
Well, first and foremost, the guidelines are going to be set right from the start. You got to keep friends and business separate, okay? And at the same time, it's a brotherhood too, though. So you got to have the understanding from the beginning. If you don't have that and you go into it, there's going to be some problems. Like Joe Budden, he could be going through something that we don't know yet. You know what I mean? He may have some business dealings with his partner that we don't know yet. And those are the things I guess we're going to see pretty soon. But you got to separate your friendship from the business, okay? It's the same thing with family. You got to separate the family from the business and everything, so you can move on and do things right and circle back around to get your family and friends. You know what I mean? To come on.
They worse.
Yeah,
family.
Yeah, they could be.
Man, yeah. So y'all hear what what's in the not Cat Williams, but Kevin Hart, what he said about Joe Budden? Anybody hear about?
I meant to. There was a clip of it, and I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet.
Well, okay. Before going into that, I didn't know the background. Do they have beef or something?
No, he Joe Budden got a podcast now, and he's being critical of everybody. So basically, he's been critical of Kevin Hart's career, and Kevin been listening, and so he kind of snapped back when Joe kind of fell a little bit, Yeah,
so because it seemed like Kevin really he was kind of happy to say this. Like I could feel the smile. I was listening to just the audio clip, but I could feel the smile coming through. He's like, yeah, I got something to say about Joe.
Yeah, I mean, when you do people wrong and you're yelling at people and stuff like that, it's gonna come back to you, man. You know, he's been bad businessman for years. You know, even when it came down to the Def Jam deal, you know, he's just been a hothead, and his clips been going viral because he'll go off on somebody on the show. You know, so one thing I say though is like when you doing this this podcasting and being on social media, you can't be transparent because it's going to bite you in the butt in the future. You know what I mean?
So I mean, it would be more so you got to be careful with what you say. But I don't know, because a lot of people got in the trouble with the words they said, and it's recorded, right? Right,
and you got to remember, like, you're trying to be a brand. So in order for you to make money and monetize on social media, you're looking for affiliates, you know, and most people ain't going to deal with you when you're acting like that. They're going to look at your videos and what have you, and they're not going to do business with you like that. You know, especially, I don't know if y'all heard that Joe Budden, he lost a big deal with Cash App. That was one of his big sponsors. You know, one of the reasons was because, again, you know, he was a womanizer. He used to allegedly beat women, you know. And then we heard about Olivia Dope recently. She came out, and I watched the video, and it was actually true. They edited all that stuff out of the video where he was sexually harassing her on his podcast. So right now, I believe he's going to lose a lot more sponsors than what he's losing now.
Well, we're going to get on that in a second. So what was Kevin saying?
Well, if I may say something, Kevin was saying and mentioning that Joe showed poor leadership by firing them on the air. He said he think he should have chosen to fire them off the air. He said, what was he trying to do? Ruin his reputation? So Kevin didn't pretty much hold back any punches on Joe. You know, Kevin had to put his little 2 cents in there.
I think it accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. It got ratings, it got views, it got a lot of clicks. People's passing. Everybody talking about Joe Budden right now. People been watching the podcast.
Yeah, but Joe Budden's overhead is high, so he needs someone to pay him. Like when he got that Spotify deal, and Spotify was paying him, and then he felt like he was too big for that, and they took several times with him, and he did a rant on that. If you notice, he did a whole hour rant on Spotify trying to take them down. You know, so.
Yeah, can't do that, man. You got to be careful in a game like that, man. I mean, like y'all said earlier, when you say the wrong things, and you know the world is watching you, and you know you got that pending deal with Spotify or Cash App or whoever, they look at all that stuff, and that's they're going to determine based on the way your character is towards anybody else whether to move forward with you or not. And a lot of times, man, that the pride of, you know, and men, like I said, I don't know. We don't know what Joe Budden is going through, but it seems like there's some things he's going through right now, but he's lashing out at the wrong time. And he should have did that off air.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now he is on a apology tour right now because he's starting to lose money. So, you know, before it was like, I'm the boss. Now it's like, please, I forgive you. And I'm sending this letter out because he need that money.
He got therapists on there and everything.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna work. I think he almost done.
His show is dismantled, man.
Yeah, he tried to replace him.
Yeah. Well, what do y'all think about what Kevin Hart was saying? He and I don't think Kevin Hart believes what Kevin Hart said, but he said the wealth should be shared, not owned. You know, like you can do it all by yourself. Do you think that if, you know, someone's the bigger deal, you know, so for example, if I fight Mayweather, should I get the same amount as Mayweather?
Hell no.
Which by the way, Floyd Mayweather, if you're watching this, I'm willing to fight you. Everyone else is doing it.
Pretty much.
Man.
But nah.
Yeah, I feel real quick. I feel what Kevin Hart is saying. And again, it goes back to your relationships, your business relationships with people. So when he's shouting out on air, to whoever, you know what I mean, that just looks bad. And at the same time, we always talk about how can we grow together. You know what I mean? We can't grow together when you're out there saying I'm the boss and I'm going to fire you. Nah, you can't be that way. And you're gonna lose. That's why he's on an apology tour. I don't know what the apology tour is about, but hey, you got to do what you got to do now.
You got that Me Too culture coming for you.
Yep.
Can't mess with that feminine group.
Yeah, well, with Olivia,
got white people scared out here.
I saw that video. Olivia Dope had said he had a little bit of gyration going on in his hug.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you gotta watch that video. Hey man, he be on them Percocets. All them people going down, man. All those rappers who put that stuff out is going down. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yes, indeed.
They be trying to come up with an opportunity. That's the thing, man. Like, all these people be hanging out, and they it's the culture. They getting high and stuff like that. But it's when they fall out, when they start telling. Happens all the time.
Yeah. Have you?
Free Bill Cosby.
Oh man,
he's supposed to get like a retrial too. By the way, I think.
Man, he's supposed to be out. He's supposed to be out. Period.
Facts.
Look, man, listen. He had no business getting convicted, man. They didn't have no evidence, no nothing, man. They railroad him. That's
straight up.
Well, I mean, everyone has a purpose. I mean, I wouldn't want that to be my purpose. I heard he's doing psychology in jail. Is that right?
Yeah.
Really? I heard he can't see.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he out there with that stick.
He using that.
I think they held him down though.
He's doing a jail version of the Cosby Show up in there. Give him that Cosby Show mentoring.
Yeah,
but I heard they like Cosby up in there though.
Yeah, they holding him down.
Yeah, they treating him well.
Yeah.
Well. So, Laraun, you probably know a little bit more about this. Do you think that he's different now that he's in jail? Obviously, there's an element missing, but talk about.
No, man. He ain't different, man. He cutting everybody out the wheel, even Camille. He mad at Camille, man. He ain't messing around, man. Like, this dude was on top of the world, man. Like, he used to get people on. He got Joan Rivers on, like the first white woman to host a show on Fox on 86. Like, he was a big deal, man. He knew he got cheated. Look what happened when Tyson came out. He was worse when he got out, man.
Yeah.
So
listen, I don't know if I always thought was Bill Cosby going to live long enough to get out of jail.
That's what I'm worried about.
Because look, he got convicted off of off of a she say. I say so.
Facts.
That's it. Is that the system that we got to abide by? Because she said so, and then the girl was butt ugly. Well, back then she probably wasn't, but it was all about that money, man. It was all about that money, man. They knew what Bill. Even Bill did it, man. They knew what they was going over there for. You going over Bill Cosby's house? Come on, man. You ain't going over there just chill.
So I'm telling you, it was a fair exchange, or
Bill been changed, man. I think he changed. When he got older, he changed. All that stuff he did in back in the day, I think he was a changed person. Years when he got older. Then when he, all his demons, I guess, came back to haunt him. But I mean, like, it was. Why wait 20, 30 years to say, oh yeah, he did this? It don't make sense to me, man. It don't make sense to me to say that 20 years later. I definitely
agree with you. I agree with you on the coming back. I thought it was a statute of limitations, but I guess that's out the window. But I will say this. Yeah, they wanted him. He was a jerk. So usually if you on top and you a jerk, they're gonna find a way to get you. It's what it is. He was about to allegedly he was about to get NBC, and he just had too much power.
Yep.
And then what really did it was, and I think it was 2008 when he went did some conference or something, and he was talking about how black people were raising their kids.
Yeah.
He's kind of feeling himself. He'd be above himself there.
Yeah,
but that's I mean, that's what Cosby do, man. A lot of celebrities. Cosby's rubbed a couple celebrities the wrong way, man. He talking to them like they beneath him, like he know better than they do. You know, they don't live your life, Cosby. I mean, people live differently. Like they gonna have your concept.
Now,
people hated him.
Yeah.
What, you think it would have been different if there was more black actors that were at that level, or black comedians or whatever?
What, at Bill's level?
Right. Not exactly at Bill's level, but in the atmosphere. So, of course, Bill, he's up there, with, Johnny Carson. He had a lot of power. The only difference was the color of the skin.
Yeah, I think everybody else is like mediocre. I mean, you got the Oprahs and the Tyler Perrys and the Bill Cosbys. And like everybody else after that, you know what I mean? It's like the mediocres who are rich but not as wealthy as Bill Cosby, Oprah, and the rest of them. So anybody else, I don't think they'd have probably got slammed, but not as much as like Cosby did, because he was a billionaire about to own a whole network and a whole station, and that was against something, right? He did something. He struck a nerve. And they didn't want him to have control. It was all about control, and they didn't want him to have that control.
Set him up.
Set him up. Now, with the Libya, y'all think Joe Budden's going to end up getting in trouble? Because sometimes sorry don't do it.
Hey, I'm be honest. That's a question that no one can really answer. Hey, who knows? Maybe not.
I think he's gonna lose some money. He's gonna have to pay her. He's gonna have basically hush money. He's gonna have to pay her. Yeah. So that's why he apologized, so he can move forward. Because like these companies don't play with the Me Too thing. They will shut you down, especially if you need them. If you need money from them, like sponsors. You remember when Ludacris? Remember when Ludacris was he was sponsored with Pepsi? And they shut him down. They got that contract off of him when he did that move. Get out the way. Yeah, they don't play, man. Like when it comes to that, like basically, if you take money from somebody, and Dame Dad's been saying this for years, if you take money from somebody, you working for them. Point blank. Period.
Pretty much. That's facts.
Wow. Now, Josie TV said the cultural impact is different too. These days, big stars are wealthy, but they're not as influential.
Yeah, they want.
I don't know about that. I think they have a lot of influence, but it's on certain things. So it's not influence in their industry, but it's more so influence on everyone else.
Okay. Yeah, man. But yeah, Joe crazy, man. And I don't know. I don't think Rory and Maul. I heard he was trying to sue them if they try to get a podcast, but he could have been high talking. I don't know.
I thought he fired him. Why would
That's
he
crazy? Now they want to stop. Now they can't have their own podcast now.
Oh man, it's control, man. It's control.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's how it is, man. Yeah. Like even like with doctors, right? Like if you work with certain doctors, they don't allow you. Like if you leave the job, you can't work. Within like miles of their company. It's like non-compete clause, man. They don't play with the wording in these contracts when you be working for people. Straight up.
That's what it is. It's that language in the contract. Whatever that contract say, that could be the determining factor. Now, Joe Budden, he could be lashing out because it may be a loophole in that contract that he can say certain things. But if there's something in that contract that he's supposed to be quiet on certain things and not openly say what he's saying, then that's why he's going on an apology tour. It just all makes sense to me.
And for anyone joining on our show right now, we're talking about the Joe Budden podcast, talking about between his situation with firing Rory and Maul, Olivia Dope, so be sure to chime in the comments, or if you want to call in, click on the link.
Yeah, facts, man. Yeah, man. So, what y'all think about cheaters? Can you forgive a woman or a spouse if they cheat on you?
Go, Will.
All right.
Oh man. So there's a couple of layers on that, but we gotta define what is forgiveness. You know, I'm gonna ask 17 years married, Swanee G. what define forgiveness?
Oh man, forgiveness is something that it takes practice, just like with faith. It takes a lot of praying. It takes a lot of just therapy. But forgiveness is really something that you have to have, a big enough heart to understand the situations. Okay. Now, you hear situations and stories all the time about just people going out and just running rampant. Just out there. What's the word y'all call simping?
Oh yeah,
Simping.
Oh yeah.
So
simping.
So if you out there just doing that, with no regard, then it's harder to forgive a person in that scenario rather than a person who was out there and they slipped up and they didn't do it again. You know what I mean? If you're doing something perpetually over and over and over again, then you shouldn't be in a situation where you have to forgive somebody, but you have to forgive to move on regardless. And whether you stay together or whether you break up, you have to forgive to move on.
So I imagine there's different levels of it. There's different levels between you stole my candy bar and you stole my girl, right?
Now peep this up. Let me say something. Let me get ready.
I want to see what I want to hear what my man got to say.
We're not collection plate, man.
Wipe my hands off. Listen, man. Listen. People say that if you forgive a cheater, he or she will do it again. But there's no right answer to that. There's no right answer to that. You understand? When you forgive a cheater, you're giving them a chance to prove themselves to you again. They may love you, but love isn't enough after they cheat. They got to show you loyalty. But you got to ask yourself, is it worth giving them a second chance? Can you trust somebody that just burned you? That told you that they would never cheat on you and blah, blah, blah. You don't look at them the same. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to make that decision.
Let me tell you something. If my wife cheat on me and she want my forgiveness, she better be floating, walking on water, wearing the white halo. Like she got to do a total change, bro. I'm cool.
But
I'll be there crying. I'll be there crying like on what, Best Man?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. Nah, cuz you better change.
But listen, when you forgive a cheater, you're trusting that person wants to change. You know what I'm saying? A cheater gotta want to change, man.
How do you know?
Hey, you don't know. You don't never know, because after they cheat, you don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? Are you be thinking to yourself, well, are they capable of slipping up and cheating on me again? Dude, and if I'm stupid enough to forgive them again and again, you're taking a gamble when you forgive a cheater, man. You're taking a big gamble.
So what is a cheater? Is a cheater defined by when you get caught?
Yeah, good question.
Because
listen, let me tell you something. Biblically, if you want to go biblically, you cheat when you lust after a woman, period.
Yeah.
And the thought of it is cheating. If you want to get technical, hey, I think men do that every day. Cheating is common. It's more common than you think. You get what I'm saying? People got to have discipline. A lot of men don't got dick discipline. It's
Great
like the
word.
sit thing. It's within us. We got
Discipline.
to control it. You got to control it.
Well. Keep preaching.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Josie
Especially-
TV
now
had
listen.
asked. Go ahead.
especially hurts when a person cheats on you without protection. When you find out
you sound like you're speaking from personal experience.
Oh man, I've done it all, player. Listen, I've been cheated. Listen, I got a story. Listen, I've been cheated on and caught the cheater. When a person cheating, you feel
Did you call cheaters and they had the camera crew?
Hey, I wish, man, because I did my stuff nicely, man. I did my stuff.
You was in the truck crying after you fought the dude and got beat up.
Listen, I had a mofo run down a fire escape, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear my cheating story?
Go ahead, man.
You want me to say? Now check this out, man. I'll make it short and sweet. I don't like to give long stories. I was young, man. I was a young whippersnapper. I must have been in my 20s. I had this girlfriend, man. She was fine as wine, man. Big booty. You know, if you seen her walking down the street, you might wreck your car looking at it. She had them cheeks. But anyway, I told her I was going to work. She always asked me, what time are you getting off work? I said, hold up, man. That's some kind of going on. Why you always ask me what time I get off work? So I told her I told her some bogus lie like 9 o'clock, but I was really getting off at like 7 or 6. So check this out. I get off early, go to her house. I hear somebody in there. Now listen, I kind of figured who the dude was. This some dude that like her or whatever. So she always telling me he like me, whatever. But anyway, I put my ear to the door. Dude in there talking. Now it's about time for me to get off. Probably I say about an hour. So then I guess she tells the dude, hey man, you know, I'll take you out, it's time to go. So they get near the door. All of a sudden I hear this smacking like something getting sucked on, kiss, something, man. So listen, she must have felt this is crazy, man. She must have felt my presence. I grabbed the door handle and I almost had the door open, man. Listen, I was sweating. I wanted to get in there so bad, man. My heart was beating out of my chest. I was sweating, and right when I was about to open that door, she pushed the door in. I don't know if she's leaning against it, and she felt me push it. She's like, who is this? Alexa, me. I can't say the cuss words on this podcast, man. Let's shut this bad boy down, man. So she's like, what? I said, what the hell? I said, beep, 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 beep. Cousin coming out of my mouth, man. So I start kicking the door. Boo! Boo! You know what she said, man? This is what pissed me off. The dude's there, man. Guess what she said?
What'd she say?
Marlon, I don't mess with you, man. I said, what the hell? I said, bam! Bam! And look, there's one of them project doors, too. Them bad boys just made an adamantium, man. Adamantium, the Wolverine skeleton doors. Bow! Bow!
Sound like the Arco door.
Hey, I didn't want to play. Let's check this out. Check this out. I didn't want to say too much, but guess what? It was the Arco door.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Listen, man. She knew she had to open that door, man. She knew she had to open it. Look, finally she opened the door, man. Dude was gone. The only way out was down a fire escape. I knew who the dude was, man. If that dude was there, I would have beat the hell out of him, man. I would have tore everybody up. He knew. He felt my rage. I was kicking that door. Listen. I was kicking that door. Everybody in the building had heard, man. They let it fly. They didn't call no cops. They didn't do nothing. I guess they was like, she get what she deserved. They probably had their ear to the door, like, damn, it's going down. So I go in that house, man, and she just stand up against the wall. I grabbed her by her lips, man. It was crazy. I said, he's kissing on these lips. I'm grabbing her by the lips. Pushed on the ground, man. You know what she said to me? Where I had on the ground scuffling with her. This is what she said to me, man. You know I love you. No lie, man. You know I love you.
She have any kids?
Man, she had kids. Look, man, back then I was a simp. I wasn't a big simp back then.
So did you take the kids to school the next day?
Listen, man, them kids, man, I was the only daddy that they ever known right at that moment in time. I like the kids too. And that cooch was so good. You know what I mean? I didn't mind being a stepdaddy, man. Good.
Man.
Because I love the girl. You know, I love this. You know, with love will make you do stupid things. I stayed with her. You know what I mean? But this is the kicker, man. Later on, she told me what happened. Now, this is what it really pissed you off about a woman. When she tells you what she did, when she gives you graphic content, she said the graphic content, and it just brought it all back again. So that feeling would never leave. You know that she did that. That's why some people don't want to work. When a woman cheat, you should just get the hell out of there because you may not be able to overcome the feeling. You know what I mean? It'll always be inside of you that they cheated. It just won't leave.
Did you go back? Did you go back to her?
Hold on. I got to turn my mic back on for 1 second.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That's a crazy story, man.
Right.
That's why Joe Budden snapped out. Somebody cheated on him.
Yeah.
So this is a hurt people situation, huh? He been getting hurt all the time. Now he out to get everybody. He gonna make everybody pay.
He a drug addict. We know all about those drug addicts, don't we?
Hey, can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So my headset showing that it went out.
I hear a little echo though.
Yeah, that's what it is. Y'all can continue. Give me a second. I got this darn headset.
All right. Just give us a thumbs up whenever you're good. Yep. But
for the people who watching, man, definitely hit that like buttons, get the like buttons up, hit the subscribe button and that bell. And if you want to jump in and ask a question, man, you don't got to show your face, man. You're probably in a trap house somewhere. Definitely just go in the description and click on that, and you can, ask a question.
Or it's in the comments right now. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Right.
Joe Budden wasn't scared, so y'all don't be scared.
Man.
So Josie TV had asked, and it could actually go both ways. Why do people stay in a relationship when they know that they're getting cheated on?
That's good. That's a good question. I mean, first and foremost, I mean, this question can be, it could be for those who are not married and those who are married. So for those who are not married and they're going through these kind of things, this is a sign right now. I mean, you're going through some things this early, then you got to work that thing out. I mean, before y'all even go to that next level into marriage, because that's a whole nother ball game.
Facts, man.
Pretty much the same thing with the business stuff. When you're going into a marriage, I think it's a different level, but it's kind of like a business partnership, but it's a little bit more when you're talking. Well, I mean, it is, but it's not monetarily. It is. If you end up breaking it up, everybody got to, pay. But but it's supposed to be a little bit more, at least on the spiritual aspect.
Gotcha, man.
Yep.
You gonna put him back in?
Yeah. Let's
see if he got his audio fixed.
Yeah, y'all hear me fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had somebody call me, man. It interrupted my my mic. Someone called me.
All right, back to the simping, man. So you said the next day.
Was it the girl that you was talking about?
No, it was somebody else, man. I was mad as hell. Like, come on, man. Stop calling
Hey, that'd have
me,
been
man.
wild.
Oh, man. Hell no. But, I stayed with her, man. I stayed with her, and I started cheating on her. You know what I mean? Because I was mad. I was upset. I started cheating on her.
Now, did you call Uber and that the dude that was in question cheating was your driver? Is that true?
Hell no! Listen, the dude had a car and everything. I knew the dude. I mean, I know him personally. He noticed to see me. You know what I mean? But I didn't see dude ever since then, man. He must have been scared as hell, as he should have been, because I felt like it ain't his fault, but I feel like it is his fault. Like, I was messing with the girl. You know what you was getting in. You knew what you was getting into. It's consequences.
That's a dangerous thing going. That is a dangerous thing going to somebody's girl's crib.
Yeah.
Because you in dangerous territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was. Listen, I know he was scared as hell. I know he had to be, because he wouldn't be able to defeat me at that day and time, man. Nah, man.
I know people who, the girl lied and said she ain't have a man, and he butt naked eating cereal. Dude walk in, he fighting them butt naked. A couple people I know got heard that got shot. Yeah, man. You can't mess with that, man.
But you know what, man? This is the deep thing about cheating. And a lot of people don't believe this, but I know this for a fact. A person can love you and still cheat on your ass. That person can still love you and cheat on you, man. Because I'm like, he don't
love you in the first place.
Yeah.
They lied to you.
I'm be honest. I think a person can love you and still cheat on you, man.
Why do you say that? How?
Well, I'm gonna say some controversial stuff, man, and maybe y'all can correct me. You know, when Paul was talking about, Paul ain't really say men needed love. He said men needed respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are so fickle. Like, one day they love you for something and they say they love you on a certain subject. The next day they can hate you for that same thing that you've done. You know, women need love. We got to chase the woman. You know, that's what we have to do. We have to cling to them. But men want respect more than anything. It's a respect thing. You know what I mean?
Well, there's multiple reasons why men cheat anyway. Some men cheat because they're bored with their relationship, man. That's one reason. They're bored. You know, they want that new. You know, when you want that dream chick, that fantasy chick, and you get her, the fantasy's over. You know what I mean? That fantasy's over, man. And then some people, like I said, they don't have dick discipline, man. Think about it, man. You involved with a woman, married, whatever. You see this chick walking down the street late night with her cheeks out. She's looking at you. You looking at her. You figure, well, damn, man. Some people can't resist that. They figure, well, I ain't gonna get caught.
I mean, there's a lot of selfish people out here.
Exactly. Think about it, man. Think about it. This woman got her cheeks out, man. Megan Thee Stallion cheeks. Walking down, and look, I see a lot of that. She probably burning. Hey, check it out. You're right.
Hey, look, just what you're saying is the reason why the clinic in Oakland has a business. Everybody from the club and doing all that stuff, it'd be packed in there on a Monday.
All the time. For that reason. And everybody be looking at each other like this.
like you in jail. What you here for? Like, you know.
They be looking at you like, I wonder what he here for.
Because they was just together 2 days ago.
Facts.
Hey, some people cheat because the sex ain't good. Cheating is a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people are a sex addict, man. On the low. They're a sex addict. You know, when somebody cheat on you, of course, you know that means something is wrong. Some people, they cheat and they blame you for cheating. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault. You know what I mean? You're the reason why I cheat. You always doing this and doing that. Don't try to flip the script on you, man.
Nah, man. You got to be accountable for that, man.
Exactly.
Facts.
Period.
You know, think about it. Only way, listen, I don't see how a relationship can go back to normal after you cheat, man, unless you got really something to really offer, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got something to really offer, man.
Hey, Marlon, do you agree with this?
Go
ahead. Sharonda Simone says, love is not an emotion. Love is a choice. Series of consistency.
Hell no. I'm sorry, no offense. Hell no. Love is listen, man. I felt this shit before. Love is an emotion, man. Let me tell you something. Love, listen, people don't want to be in love no more like that, man. They talk about, I want to be in love. A lot of people don't, because love will make you go crazy, boy.
All right, well, here's the thing with when you say this. It's deeper than that. Somebody was hurt as a kid.
Yeah, right? That too.
So they trying to protect themselves their whole life. So they're like, I'm not gonna let nobody come close to me. Like usually when you look at women, girls get more mature faster. So when we sitting there simping because these girls, I know, like when we went to school, junior high, these girls was messing with high school and college dudes. So we were still playing around, joking around. So then they simping for this athlete.
Pulling up in the car.
They get hurt. And then all of a sudden after that, they say, I ain't gonna let nobody get close to my heart. First, my dad wasn't there. And now this dude I love, and I thought he was so sexy, he messed me up. So from 12, 13 to 24 to 30, they out there playing the simps like us. You know what I'm saying? So we out here trying to be in relationship with these people who's already been in relationships. And my thing is too, if you in too many relationships, you get a tolerance for people. You know, you get this detachment disorder. What I'm trying to say, meaning
like you take it for granted,
right? You're so you're fickle on relationships. You don't care about staying with somebody. And then when you hit 30 and 35, your friends start getting married. This is the women. They start getting married. They're like, oh, man, I need to get married. at this point. You know what I'm saying? And they're past their prime. You know, they already got 3, 4, 5 kids now. What y'all think about that?
Well, I think that's definitely. Hold on, we got a little bit of echo action.
Hey, add me back. Add me back. Damn.
Let me see. Marloco got to get something done with that mic there. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's definitely a big factor. You know, when you're dealing with all those multiple relationships and things like that, you can find yourself kind of getting numb to it all. You know,
Yeah, satanic.
Like it, you know, at a point as if it doesn't really matter. You get to a point where you're saying that, you know, they're all the same. And that's really a dangerous point whenever you get to a point where you're looking at a whole population, whether you're looking at, you know, females or males that way, or whether you're saying, you know, all black men or all white men or whatever it is. You don't want to get to that point to where you're just generalizing all of them. And a lot of people, they're in that situation because they're hurt.
Yeah, it's all about hurt. They need to be healed, delivered.
I don't know. A lot of ladies is coming back. They saying the same thing. You know, Daria is also saying the same thing. She said, "Love is not an emotion." Same thing. Sharonda Simone said. You know, so Marloco, you said you disagree with that.
I agree with that. Love is an action. I mean, you know, Jesus said it in his first hand. He said, "You can say whatever you want, but you could be lying." It's an action. It's something that you may not want to do, but you do it anyway because you love that person. Like all the times when somebody sit there and say they love you, but they're not, but they still hanging out and doing, not respecting you. You know, they can't say they love you. Is that true or true?
Absolutely, and it comes in different ways. Some people, you know, it's you love me if you listen to me. Some people, it's you know, they have the love language. Right. Of course, we ain't going to say it. If you really
jump
love
off
me,
the bridge because you love me.
Let's go rob this bank if you really love me.
That's the thing, man. I understand. Everybody have different experiences. When I was in love, which is very rare to happen, you know, in my lifetime, I felt all this crazy emotion. So that's why I can't agree with that. I felt all types. I mean, that stuff gave me crazy energy, made me feel all these crazy emotions. So I can't relate to not having any emotions. Like, love is emotion. I think it's action. I think love involves a whole lot of things, man.
Yeah, but some people get mixed. Some people get mixed up with love and lust.
Yeah. But I didn't feel lust. When I was feeling emotion, I didn't feel like lusty and lust. I mean, I felt emotion. You know, I felt, you know, all these feelings.
Yeah, you know, Swanee, that's a William Thomas IV. No relation, except maybe. There is, but it says love comes from God. Feelings from the eye is lust. Most people cheat because they first start a relationship from lust, which is conditional.
Yep.
Well, lust is number one, man. Lust is the key to all the cheating.
Yeah.
Lust is what get that heart beating. Love is deeper than the heartbeat.
Yeah.
Listen, I met women who actually sabotage the relationships because they don't, you know, they like Laraun was saying, they're numb. They don't have no feelings. They've been in 100 relationships to the point where they be like, well, I'm just gonna sabotage this relationship. You know, I'm gonna go out and cheat, get caught, treat them bad, talk, you know, like Ron say, which is true. Person taking for granted.
Hurt people, man.
Yeah, well, like Marloco was saying, some people they'll end up like, man, this is going too well. I gotta cheat, or this money's going too well. I gotta launder something, or you know, people just can't you know, stay on
like
track.
The thrill. They like the thrill.
Like cheating can be a traumatic experience, man. It can actually be traumatic. You know, some people that get cheated on, they can't move forward, man.
Okay, so how does the forgiveness happen though? You know, like let's say that someone gets cheated on, but they decide to stay. you know, or especially with a woman. So a lot of times the woman will, you know, might withdraw sex or something like that. You think that's right?
Well, if they withdraw sex, why stay in it? You know what I mean? I mean, the man cheated on you. Now you gonna withdraw the sex? Like that's idiotic to me. You know, this man or woman who you're involved with, they have to rebuild the trust, and that's hard to do. The relationship is no longer healthy. It turns to toxic.
Well, hold on. We're going to take a call. We got a woman calling in, Sharonda Simone. You're live. What you think about the topic, Sharonda?
Well, thank you for having me on the TNJ radio show. Very exciting. So when I saw this topic come up on my YouTube, I said I have to chime in. With all due respect to, what's his name? Marloco?
In the flesh.
Yes. So, you know, when we talk about love in any relationship, whether it's platonic, whether it is romantic, you know, we have to, well, it depends on your perspective. If you're coming from a biblical perspective, then it has to be, you know, what does God say about it? And I remember in college, there was this guy who was, you know, he and I were talking, dating, and he dropped the L word. He was like, I love you. And I remember being very confused because I'm thinking, all right, not all of his actions lined up with even just the basic understanding of love, you know, the way the world describes it. So I talked with my mother and I was like, Mom, you know, what do you think about this? And she said, well, first of all, does he know God? Not does he just have, you know, superficial experience with him? Does he, you know, just go to church on Sundays? But does he know God? Because if he doesn't know God, he cannot love you because God is love. So unless you are in a relationship and you are saying, okay, I'm going to love you in a godly way, then all of those feelings or sheer euphoria, lust, you know, lots of happiness, a lot of giddiness, maybe having emotions or feelings you never had before. But again, that's not godly love if it's not from a biblical perspective. Now, if the Bible is not to you what it is to me, this is a moot point. You know what I mean? But I remember when she said that, it was like, oh, okay, all right, God is love. So point blank, he doesn't love me because he does not know God. And it's not a judgment statement. It's a fruit of your life statement. I didn't see fruit of
right,
God in his life.
I have a question for you because we have to do the objective perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, if you cheated on someone, do you expect to get forgiveness from that person?
Would I expect? I would hope for it. I don't think I could expect that. That's a person's choice if they're going to forgive. But I would hope. I would want it, but I wouldn't say I would expect it.
Now, if it was the other way around, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it's
godly love now. Come on, godly love.
Yeah, it would be a big dig deep. Let's say it that way. I would have to go to God on that one too to help out, because in and of myself, I probably could not. But with the help of God, you know, he forgives us. Then I would have to.
He was hanging with those tax collectors and everything else, man.
I mean, you know, he saw people beyond all of their ugly. You know what I mean? So, I pray that's something that I won't ever have to deal with. But, you know, at the same time, I mean, if we're talking about godly love, that's a part of it. That's forgiveness. And when it comes to forgiving someone, it's not just forgiving, you know, blanketly. If there's a change, I'm talking about like, I see a flip, a 180 repent, you turn from that way and go a different way, then, you know, we can have a conversation. But it has to be like visible, because love and repentance, those are action words. You know, the world has love as this, oh, it feels good. You know, I mean, and I'm guilty of it. I'll say, oh, I love that dress. I love that shoe. That's not love. I really like it. I want it. But would I give my life for that dress? Absolutely not. But that's a love.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Marla.
Are you married?
Oh, yes.
Okay. No, I mean, I don't want to be out of line, but I don't know if I'm going to ask this. You don't have to answer this question, but would you forgive your husband if he cheated on you and had unprotected sex? Are you able to forgive?
Question. That's a good question. Would I forgive? Yes, because heaven awaits. and unforgiveness means hell, and I'm not going there. Would I continue on in the marriage? That's a whole different discussion, because it's a trust thing. Trust and forgiveness are two different things.
So you would end your marriage, but you would forgive him. So his trust will be tarnished. You can't trust him anymore. His
Right.
loyalty.
So trust is different from forgiveness. You can forgive someone who's done you wrong. You know, forgiveness is letting go of the hurt and the control that someone has over you. But that doesn't mean that they have gained your trust. Trust is earned.
So that's what I'm saying.
Can be lost. If
Once
you
a
can
person
earn something, you can lose it. You earn money, you lose money, you know?
Yep. That's why I say when a person cheat, I'm done.
Yeah.
There ain't no going back.
Again, I mean, that's different. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about forgiveness, right? But does that mean that I still am going to give my body to you repeatedly when I know that you have the capability of bringing home diseases to me and my children? Absolutely not. That's a different discussion.
But now he changed the dynamics of the whole marriage. So you can't come back from that.
Nothing. You go back to questions?
Yeah, because you said a lot of good stuff too. And one of the main things is, with the trust thing. Now, trust is very important. Now, you said you were forgiving, but you're not sure if you would stay married to him. Now, the question, let me switch it up a little bit. Now, this is to say he did it one time, and he come to you and he come forward with you about it. Yes, I hear you saying you're forgiving, but will you ever trust him again? Now, you're saying just like we have to earn money again, we have to earn trust. Now, you're saying you would just turn him away and give him a bill of divorce because he made one mistake?
No, that's what I was saying. Those are two different things. Forgiveness is more immediate. Trust is something that has to be earned again. So if you're saying, would I stay in the marriage? Like I said before, it would have to be an about face, a total repent. I see changes in your life, because, once someone has made that kind of decision, it's a lot of people think they just fall into bed with someone and cheat. But, the Bible tells us that, iniquity starts in the mind. The sin starts in the mind. It starts before you get into the sin. So you have a moment where you can say, you know what? Let me not do this. So if I can see that your actions have made the 180, the about face, then I can begin to trust you again. If I can see that you are, keeping yourself from those gateway situations, then yeah, we can, then I could see moving forward. But what I don't see is staying in a relationship, a marriage, where those safeguards are not put up, the changes haven't been made, then again, that would be foolish. You see what I'm saying? That would be unwise. But to just say, no, I'm going to divorce you, first offense or second offense, even, no. But if it's something where it's your lifestyle, no, I don't think that's wise. I don't think that's wisdom.
I agree with you on that.
Now, I have a question. Now, we have, I'm going to add Daria on. I want to ask each of you this, Sharonda first and then Darius. So let's say that situation happens, that the cheating actually happens, the forgiveness, or you say you forgive. Now afterwards, like let's say the next time he is on the phone in the car or something, you run out there like, hey, who are you on the phone with? Those type of things. Even after he's trying to build trust. I'm particularly interested in hearing from the ladies. Let's do Sharonda first, briefly, and then Daria. How do you deal with that?
What was the question? How do you deal with just trusting?
Right. So if he's in the car or he's alone, how do you deal with, for some people, there's an issue with growing that trust bank. That's what I always call it. It's like a bank account. The negatives are easier for withdrawal than the positive deposits. So what type of things, the person who actually got cheated on, what should they do on their end to build up their trust tolerance?
Well, I think the first thing would be to focus less on what the other person did, the perpetrator, I guess, because sometimes, we can get so myopic and so focused on what that person did. And so, just human nature, we can build scenarios in our mind. you know, and you can build a scenario. So I would say, like, you know, sometimes that's the best time to pull back and work on yourself. Not saying that you caused it. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is sometimes that is the best time to strengthen yourself. And then this is, again, you're asking me personally. Personally, I rest on Holy Spirit. So if I want to know something, I'm gonna rest on Holy Spirit. Like if it's something I need to know, I believe that you will bring it to my attention.
All right, let me ask you a question. Now, have you ever cheated on somebody before?
No.
Have you ever been cheated on?
No.
May I ask you, how old are you?
No. I said, pardon?
I mean, may I ask, how old are you? I mean, it's only age. It's only age. All right,
you don't have to answer.
We all got to die. That's the point where we can't miss.
No, I'm being transported up to heaven, like that man in the Bible.
So Daria, you still there?
Yes, real quickly, because I don't know if Sharon and Simone have to go. But before Daria answer, is there anything you want to promote? We put on the banner before we depart from you, so we can listen to Daria.
Oh yes, I actually have a podcast called the Good Apple Podcast, so you can check that out on Spotify or Anchor or any area where you listen to podcasts. It's a Christian podcast, so we talk about, you know, getting through life, biblical principles, application principles. So check it out, the Good Apple Podcast.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, you take it easy.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Great show.
Thank you.
All right, you up next. Daria, there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
So that was a loaded question. So where y'all want me to start? Question.
All right. So
have you ever cheated on somebody before?
Yes.
Talk
How
about
many times? How many times? Hold on. How many times?
Well, it was two different people.
Dang.
Player.
So wait a minute. Did this person eventually
from the
find
Himalayas?
Out?
You stupid. Huh?
Did this person eventually find out?
Because I allowed him to find out. But he would have never found out.
Now, let me ask you this. Can I ask you this? Was it a physical cheat or was it an emotional cheating?
One was emotional and one was physical.
Okay. Damn, you had the best of both worlds.
I lived in Braddock. What you talking
about? You know it. You better say it.
So that's why
Gina and Eileen's on the check-in.
Huh?
Gina and Eileen's on the check-in.
You stupid.
Sunny J's.
Straight Sunny J's.
So that's what I was saying. I experienced being cheated on, and I experienced cheating on somebody. And from both angles, those are soul issues. And you really have to deal with yourself when it comes to forgiveness on both ends, because you hurt somebody and somebody hurt you. And so it's hard to, it's almost like you go through them 7 stages of grief, regardless, because if you, in a soul tie, regardless if you hate that person or not,
what do you mean
still
by
got that soul tie if y'all had sex, or if y'all was.
Did you love both of them? Did you love two?
What'd you say?
2 people at once? Did you love 2 people at once?
No.
But do you think it's possible 2 people can love? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
No, only Chris Bender can do that. That's why he ain't here no more.
Because you know what a soul tie is, right? A soul tie is a spiritual connection or a deep emotional bond between, 2 people.
Right.
Oftentimes it's formed through sex.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt that before. That ain't no joke either.
But it could be formed. It doesn't have to be sex all the time. It could be formed through a best friend, like any kind of connection that you had with somebody. If you've been connected with somebody for 12 years and then y'all fall out, you still got some type of spiritual connection to them, because when you decide that you want to forgive, they might not be ready for it. But that soul tie is in you to do so. Like, man, I should just go ahead and end this. I should just knock this off and just, just forgive it, because we was cool like that. Like, you told that person all your business. You told that person everything that they, and they told you all. Because I got a friend right now that we've been friends 20 years. All of a sudden, it just stopped. But I still think about her. That's a soul tie.
But God made the soul tie, or creator, because it fosters unity. It fosters unity. That's why he made it. Keep that bond within us.
Right.
So, me personally, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let Derek continue. I wouldn't. I can only forgive a cheater. It depends on how bad they hurt me. Because there's some cheaters, I'm not forgiving you. I'm not forgiving you.
What if they smash the homie?
Yeah, you forget that, man. I'm not forgiving that.
All right, now you done.
Hey, but that's a good point, though, Ron. I'm not forgiving. You smashing the homies. I'm in pain. I'm sick. I can't eat, sleep, and you out there living your best life. I can't forgive you. Sorry.
Now, Mar. Now, what if the homie came up to you and said he apologized?
Right.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Hey, listen.
Check this out.
Go ahead.
If I loved her, he'd kiss my ass. How about that?
You saying you may have her once, but I have her all the time? Is that what you're doing?
But check this out, player. Listen, you shouldn't have hit her in the first place. That, you know what I'm saying? Apology is not accepted. You know what I mean? Are you my homie and you smash my chick? I can't forgive you. I mean, I might even still talk to you here and there, but I ain't gonna never forget, man. You know what I mean?
That's what I was talking about
so
with
hold
the
on.
7 stages of grief, because you can't forgive somebody and you just don't forget their action.
Right. I chose not to forgive.
Now, do you follow up with the homie and your woman?
Hell yeah. Listen, man, I had a dude haul at my chick. Well, we weren't already together. We was breaking up on and off. But he knew who I was. He started to haul at her, and then he talked. I can't cut. Then he started talking trash on me, man. Like, totally betrayed me over some cooch. So even still to this day, if I see this dude, I grit on his ass. I'm not forgiving. He broke the code. Now, I wouldn't beat him up or nothing. I just give him that look like, yeah, man, what's up? You know, I wouldn't be like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'd be like, what's up? Yeah, I ain't forgot. Keep it moving. Straight like that. Now, I might forgive it when I get old and gray on my deathbed. But other than that, right now, no. Not while I'm trail. Nope.
Now, does the money change the situation? Because there's a lot of rich people who's in trouble right now for cheating. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. I don't know if Tristan Thompson's rich or not. He still play?
Yeah.
Okay. He plays. Okay, but how does the money change things as far as with cheating?
Gives you access. You know, it gives you access, man. You know, open doors that they've never been open before. You know, it's crazy, man.
And that's part of the problem. Money is part of the problem. Now, if you in there because of the money, you attached to the money. You ain't attached to the person. You know, they ain't your soul fit. You know, your soul fit is the money. And if you in there for the money, you ain't there. Your whole intentions is all thrown off.
Right. When you cheat on somebody, that means you ain't chose them. You're not chosen. I cheated on you. I don't really choose you.
So let me ask you fellas something. When you first meet a female and you date her for the first couple of times, do you or do you not know what you're going to do with this woman?
Listen, man, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, I gotta get hyped up, man. Go ahead.
You was getting ready.
Go ahead. Talk your talk, man.
I know what I'm gonna do with her as soon as I see her, dog.
Not to her, with her.
With her? Listen, all right. When I see her, I know what I'm gonna do with her. After I do what I do to her, then I know what I'm gonna do with her. That makes sense?
No.
So it don't make sense. Bottom line, to be honest with you, my opinion. I'm built different. I would say, yeah, until she shows me otherwise. I'll know what I would do with a woman I look at her. That physical attraction kicks in, and you say, well, this is what I want to do with her. That's my opinion. But if her mental ain't straight, then that goes out the window. You know how I go.
Yeah, you won't know that in the first 48 though.
True.
Right. See?
But me, I'm already plotting.
You don't know if she's crazy or deranged.
Facts.
True. But no, they can show you that
or vice versa.
way later on down the line, though. That take more than 4 days. It could take 6 months. It could be 7. You don't know until it comes out. Look, I experienced that personally. Flip the script.
I think the important thing, for me, is to go into it with a plan, more so to say. So no, Daria, I will not know. I've never known from the first 48 or anything like that. But through time, through testing, and also I think you got to see a couple of seasons. You got to see how they are when they have money, when they lose money. You need to. You might even need to see a bill get cut off. You might need to call the electric company, be like, hey, shut their stuff off as a test. No, I don't mean that. Don't no one call and getting one's stuff shut off.
You're too knowledgeable about that, man. What's up with this, man?
Now there's definitely a difference when you're dating in your teenage years versus in your late 20s or 30s. It's a different ballgame. So if you're dating while you're a teenager, I mean, your whole thing. If you ain't on solid ground, your foundation ain't set. That could be disastrous. But if you've grown, you mid-20s, out of college, whatever, in your 30s, you're going to take your time. You're more so going to take your time in your 30s, more so than you are in your teens.
Man, this is what you do. You take a girl on a date, right? Go to an expensive restaurant. Then say you got to go to the bathroom. Drive off. If she call you and y'all back together the next day, man, that's the one.
Listen. When you're young, you got time to play that. What am I gonna do with her? At my age, I got to hurry up, man. My time is of essence. I got to know what to do right now. That's my opinion. When you're younger, you can mess around. You're older.
Now, Marlon,
you got to speed up a little bit.
Marlon, let me ask you a question. Would you mess with a young girl, or would you mess with somebody who's already been through everything? Would you? Been in a bunch of relationships, got grown kids?
Well, young girls is, they're unknowing, man. They're just for fun. They're just for fun. I'd rather be with a woman who is older, more mature, been through the ringer a little bit. Younger girls, I don't have the time, or I don't want to have the time or the motivation to grow with a young girl. You don't want Netflix. I want seasoned meat.
You want neck bones and chill, huh?
I want put them beans on.
So I'm gonna go put these beans on, and I'll be right back.
I want seasoned meat, Ron. Seasoned, but not the bad seasoning. I want someone who is already experienced and trained. Already got the experience, already know what to do. Not someone who don't know what to do. I met young girls in my lifetime. It's like you really can't. You gotta give them mercy. You can't really hold them accountable because they're young. With older women, you be like, you know what you're doing. Young girl, you be like, oh, this girl's still young and dumb. So I'd rather mess with an older woman. Accountability is much better to deal with. Makes sense.
Okay.
See, people like young girls because they like that young cooch. That's why. I'm telling you. That's why they like the young cooch. You like a young girl, it's because the cooch. Being honest, man.
All right. Well, Derek, would you have anything else that you want to promote, or what have you? Say your last words or anything?
No, I didn't know. Oh, I do have a business. It's called Supreme Candles and Butters. You can go to my site, which is supremecandlesandbutters.com. That's supremecandlesandbutters.com. We sell candles and shea butters. And spa boxes. We're selling spa boxes right now, and the women are loving them. They have body scrubs in them and candles, and they have notebooks in them that with little sayings on them. And then we have like a card
Black
that
people are
shows you how valuable you are as a woman.
All right.
Gary, I got a question there. Are you still like a coach? You were like a coach at one time.
Yeah.
I used to always watch you. Very intelligent. I swear for God, man, very intelligent. I used to always watch you. I like your whole swagger and everything.
Thank you.
And I watched it numerous times too.
What?
Yeah, I used to see a woman of color, conduct herself in such a manner when it comes to something like that. I don't see that too often.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, pretty sure a lot of people watched it too.
Yeah, they was asking me why did I stop. That's a whole nother story for another day. But thank you all for letting me come on.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But listen. This is my opinion. When you involved with a marriage for like 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you want to forgive that person because you want to salvage the marriage. But if you ain't been in there long, you want to start fresh. I'd rather start fresh if I ain't been involved with someone long. I'm getting out of there, man. And I try to have these mixed up, crazy emotions, always thinking in the back of my mind what you've done to me. 20, 30, 15 years. I mean, you got to work out a forgiveness plan. My opinion.
Swanee, do you agree with that? You probably been married the longest on here.
I mean, well, it's been high school for me, so it's a difference when you have an emotional attachment to somebody, not just because you may be in love with them, just maybe because that's your friend, right? So if you have that friendship and that soul connection, you're more than likely going to do whatever it takes, to keep things together, no matter what. Rather than somebody who don't have that mindset, just in it just to try to get something, get out. You're less likely to have an emotional attachment because your plan is going in. I'm going to make a move and try to make another move with the next person, and so on and so forth.
But you know what's funny? You know what else I noticed, man? I noticed that some people when they get cheated on, they stay with the person because they don't want nobody else to have them. I've seen that before. They don't want nobody else to have them. You know what I mean? Then somebody else will get cheated on. They stay with the person because they don't got nobody else in the bullpen, batter up. They don't got nobody yet, so they just take them back for the time being.
I don't think it's more so that they don't have anybody next. It's just a matter of fact that maybe they don't want nobody. You know what I mean? They don't want the next person. So they rather either be by themselves or just be with the person they're with.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time to start all over in a whole emotional, love affair.
Yeah,
well, starting all over, huh?
Well, one of our sole missions with the TNJ radio shows, we got to get Marloco married. So ladies, shoot your shot.
Hey,
Marloco, be sure to comment in the comment section. leave information if you want to be able to reach him.
Listen, man. If you ever see me get married, you best believe whoever I marry, boy, you best believe she got to be the ultimate, man. Because to get me married, man, woo. I ain't easy. I ain't.
When you say ultimate, what do you mean by that?
Man, she got to be put like that. If I ever marry one, you best believe I'm in love like hell, boy. I'm in love, sipping everything. I'm in love. Sip game is on. Believe it. If I marry a woman, you best believe that means I'm deeply in love, man. Because I always thought to myself that I would never get married. I think not because I don't really want to. I just thought never is possible. You know what I mean? I always thought I don't got a lot to choose from in this Pittsburgh area. Now, out of state, probably. I've been in the military. I've been around the world. But Pittsburgh area is kind of rough in the dating game. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been broken. A lot of people have been hurt. A lot of people got traumatic experiences. I have to go to the ringer with most of these chicks. And most of these chicks, they're like, I hate to say it, man. I ain't trying to, talk better. A lot of women are slow. A lot of women are slow, man.
Ooh.
It's like every woman I meet, it's the same thing. They're all the same but different. They all feel the same playbook. And after a while, you just lose your interest for dating and marriage. It's just the motivation is gone. A lot of these women are unknowing.
Have you thought about going outside your race?
Hell yeah. I thought about it. You know, hey, but I'll be honest, I don't never meet white women, man. I never do. I just don't never meet them. You know, I never bump into, I never meet them. I don't never have them in the back of my mind. So that's another story. You know what I mean? I just don't never have them in the back of my mind. I just don't.
You just got to go to Moon Township and Robinson and all that.
I was thinking about that.
Like, I don't never go hunting for them. You know, I just be chilling, just living my life. You know what I mean? I don't even put myself out there, man.
You got to hunt, man.
That's the thing. I ain't been hunting, man, because I lost the motivation right now. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. Every time I meet somebody, you know, they're cool. You know, there's always something about them, man. It's always something that I don't want to deal with. I don't, like I told you before, I don't want to deal with too much, man. I mean, I have a limit of what I deal with. I'm not gonna be involved with someone they stressing me out because they got issues. I'm be honest, I'm pretty much good. I'm pretty much good. I don't come with baggage. I'm mentally healthy. You know, I work out. You know, I work, employ. A lot of these women, they got issues, baby daddy, economic issues. And, you know, I don't matter if a woman's needy, but the two need. It's just so many factors involved with them. It's a lot to deal with, man.
Because the problem is they ain't submitting to you. That's the problem.
I mean, they submit a little bit, but it's just the underlying issues that they have, man. I can't fix all their problems. All these women got problems. I don't want to fix nobody else's problems. I did that. That was part of the step in me. I don't want to fix anybody else's problems. I'm done with that.
Stop messing with the old girls.
Oh man, listen, man. I had a chick long time ago. She's crying about her best friend. She was snapping on me, and she's like, "My friend died, and he's my childhood friend." You know what I said to her? Hey man, I understand, man, but I don't want you coming down here with that. I told her straight like that. I don't want you coming down here with that. But he's my friend. Yeah, I'm sorry, but look, man, just call me when you get over it. You know, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want no excuses. You know, she could be lying for all I know. But she's acting all bipolar as hell, man. I said, look, I'm not dealing with that, man. Whatever problems you got, call me when you're done with them, when you're over them. And that was that. You know, and she accepted that because she had no choice. I'm not dealing with no bullcrap, man. I'm not letting nobody test me. Deal with your problems. I don't mind helping you out in certain aspects of it. But when it's overwhelming, get the hell on.
More of the story is Red Marlowe will smack a hoe.
Remember, I told you, you got to set order in the court.
So you know, and wrapping everything up, we learned a lot today. You know, of course, as far as whenever you're starting anything, a business, marriage, relationship, or whatever, make sure that you get some good advice, some outside counsel. Don't try to counsel yourself because you don't know what you're talking about anyway. Two, you know, as far as cheaters, I don't know. You know, some people's in, some people's out, but you know, you want to be able to forgive because the forgiveness isn't just for them; it's for you. Because if you hold that in, you know, every study has showed, whether scientific, whether spiritual, that you can end up hurting yourself through holding on to unforgiveness. So definitely forgive.
Facts.
Cheating can change you, and a person cheat. I'm sorry, I know you're ending, but another reason why I couldn't forget, because cheating can change you, man. It can make you into a person that you normally aren't. You know what I mean? It can make you into a bad person, man. You know, it can make you fierce. It could change your whole being. You gotta get the hell out of there, man.
Well,
you gotta trust. You have to trust. You can't trust them. You gotta trust the God in them.
If they got it.
Facts. Then you run. If they don't got it.
That's right. And if they don't got it, you gotta trust the God in you.
Don't got it. I'm like, get the hell out of there. On to the next.
Yeah.
Fresh meat out there.
What you got to say, Laraun J?
Oh man, this was a dope episode, man. Looking forward to uploading this, man. I appreciate you guys coming on, Swanee and Marloco. You know, I appreciate it. You know, and
ladies, shoot your shots.
Don't come with
DM
the boy.
Okay.
Any last words, Swanee?
Nah, man, I'm just appreciative, man, to just kick it with y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all my brothers, y'all my fellas. And I just love being part of the conversation, man. And, you know, just try to share, you know, get some advice, because we can learn a lot just by sitting back and just listening.
Yes, sir.
Facts. What's up, Marluka? Finish this out, Rev.
Fellas, my opinion, when that person cheat, get the hell out of there. Stay in. If there's some type of worth that you want to salvage, then stay. Only time will tell if that person wants to change. And if he doesn't change, you stay again, then you a damn fool. But that's all I got.
Cool, guys. Well, that is a great sip of TNJ, and we'll see you back. Actually, we got a special episode coming up tomorrow. You know, there was a lot of political stuff going on, and special topic about politics in the Black community. So tune in. What time we doing? 10 o'clock.
Yeah, same time.
Okay, so 10 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday, the 20th. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, what's the topic, man? You might as well spill the beans before we go.
Politics in the Black community, and we're going to, talk about, whether having Black politicians matter, and we're going to expound on all of it.
What Black America fix everything? That's what we're going to be talking about.
That's deep, boy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. All right, man. Holla at y'all.
Peace, fellas.
No doubt. Peace out.
All right.